Hi, it's Mimmi again from C-Mimmi-O, CML of Marketing, minus the full-time hire, and welcome to the channel. And continuing with our series on brand versus performance and on what actually works for your B2B funnel. Most B2B buyers aren't following a straight funnel anymore, from awareness to consideration to decision. The funnel is more or less broken. Today, B2B buyers spend like 83% of their journey just researching independently, looping back, skipping stages, and involving 6 to 10 stakeholders before making a decision. So if your marketing is purely linear, you're really losing deals you never even knew existed. And the problem is not your campaigns, but the mapping of them. Because if you're separating brand marketing for awareness and performance marketing for leads, you should really stop doing that. High-performing B2B companies map both brand and performance across the entire buyer journey and adjust the balance depending on the stage. Here's a 5 key stage model: awareness, consideration, evaluation, decision, and then going to advocacy or retention or retention. And each stage of these have a different brand versus performance split. What does that mean? If we think about awareness, you should put 80% of your efforts and budget into brand and 20% to performance. Because this is where buyers are asking, what problem do we even have? And this is where the thought leadership, educational content, and problem-based SEO will build your demand. And I think this is some place where most companies are all really under-investing in their brand. When we get to consideration phase, I think the ratio should be right around 50-50. Because this is where buyers are asking what solutions are existing. And here you should be balancing the category education with brand, and then lead magnets and webinars with performance. And you should have a content planning matrix, because it's critical that you are actually covering all formats. In the evaluation phase, put 70% of your efforts and budget on performance, and then the rest the brand. Because this is where the vendor comes to play. Which vendor is the best? And you win or lose with your demos, comparisons, and case studies here. If you don't show up here, your brand work never converts. And decision phase, that's 80%. And decision phase, that is 80% performance. It's about removing risk, pricing clarity, ROI proof, sales enablement. It's where marketing directly impacts the revenue. And when we go to advocacy, we jump back. And when we get to advocacy, we jump right back in with brand. That has to be 70% of the effort and budget. When the deal is closed, the real growth starts with community, customer marketing, expansion, and companies like Notion and Slack really grow efficiently through great advocacy. Most of the frameworks are built for this linear operation, but my buyers don't move forward neatly. They look back when new stakeholders join from the company, because in B2B you always need to understand that there is always a buying committee behind, and the committee can can change. They jump stages when urgency increases. They restart when budgets change. And that's why your content must exist across all stages at all times. You cannot trust that when you are ready to move within the funnel, then you produce stuff. Have it all ready and make sure that your customer, your potential customer, has availability to it when they need it. You should really start with a simple question. Where are we over-investing and underserving our buyers? And then map it. Your current content, your gaps, your tactics per stage, and have a buyer journey mapping template. The winning B2B companies are kind of building buyer stage dominance. They're the obvious choice, no matter where the buyer enters the journey. If you want some free templates, I have a buyer journey mapping template and a content matrix in my blog post. The link for the blog post is in the description. Go start fixing the gaps that are costing you pipeline. That's all from me now. Bye.